Greetings, YouTube. I'm making this video because halfway through this installation, I figured out this is such a pain in the ass that other people are probably going to be looking for a how-to video on how to install this thing. This is for the installation of a Forge LLC brand Sissy bar. I want to say it was the 18-inch that I got for a 2018 and up Sport Glide. So let's get started. So first, before you do absolutely anything else or think about doing anything else, just go ahead and take off the seat and the whole rear fender and all that. So here is the whole rear fender, the little braces on the side. So originally what I did was just try to take off the little lugs, these things. I apologize for the mess. I'm in the middle of a move, so yeah. Anyways, so I tried to just originally take off these things and slide the Sissy bar on, but that didn't work. Because first of all, the Sissy bar was not wide enough where the brackets are to just slide it into the slot. Like I tried to use my strength to bend it open, and I'm a pretty stout dude, so even using that, I couldn't bend it far enough to get the brackets wide enough to go completely over the bracket perfectly. So I ended up taking off this whole thing, and honestly, I kind of scratched the shit out of it on my paint. That was a pretty dumb move on my part, but I was being a little impatient. So what I did was take all this off, take the brackets off. I loosened up this inside bracket right here, and on the inside of the fender are these things, and they go up underneath here on the inside. And then once those are in there and your fender's on the bike, that's what these lugs for your bags screw into. So I just took those off the back, set the Sissy bar on, lined up the holes, and I did the same on the other side, and I just put this bracket on the other side back through the holes so it'd hold it in place, and I put the lugs on so it would stay in place, and so I could do this side. So now what I'm gonna do is put this bracket on and put the lug back on to hold it in place, and then put the whole fender and the seat back on and tighten everything down and see if that works. Okay, so now I got this bracket on through the back side, and I'm just gonna put this lug in here to hold it on, not tightening it down, just so it won't slip back off there. So now I'm gonna put the whole thing back on. Also, one note before is because it was scratching up my paint because these brackets weren't wide enough, and it will squeeze your fender, so just try to you have to kind of muscle it, pry it open while you're slipping it over. And honestly, it's easier if you slip it from the back right here and slip it forward to the holes. I found that it was a lot smoother like that. But regardless, you have to kind of muscle open the brackets so they'll stretch far enough it'll fit over the whole fender. But I put a piece of tape on the inside, just Scotch tape on the inside, so it wouldn't be such hard surfaces rubbing up against each other, and it made the sliding a whole lot easier. Should have thought about that in the beginning with masking tape or something, but you know, that's how it goes when you're tinkering with stuff. Anyways, I put the Scotch tape on the bracket to the Sissy bar, not on this because I didn't want it to eventually eat away at the paint or anything on there. I mean, it's already scratched up, so kind of whatever, but that's just another helpful little tip, is to put Scotch tape on the inside of the bracket right there. Helps a little bit. Okay, so update. I didn't go ahead and put it back on the bike. What I had to do, which would have made it a whole lot easier, honestly, well, I just went ahead and put this part back on and put these on there. I didn't tighten them down all the way yet. I'm gonna wait till I put everything back together on there and then tighten it all back up. But honestly, if you do that and just put those on there to begin with, then that helps a lot more. All right, please, for the love of God, do not forget to tighten these on the inside. There's one on each side before you put it back on the freaking bike. It was about the third time that I've taken the fender off because I had it screwed on. I was about ready to get to the next step and final step of putting on the seat, and it was rattling, and I remembered these. So before you put it back on there, don't forget to tighten these up. All right, so we finally got it back on here. Well, back. I got the fender back on here with the Sissy bar. Tightened up these, tightened up everything. So I haven't tightened those down yet. I just wanted to make an important note. So whenever you're taking the fender off, these are your lights and all that good stuff. So make sure you plug them back in before you put the seat on, or you might have problems. Finally, we have success. That's so dramatic, but holy crap, dude. Thought this was gonna take a lot quicker. Shouldn't have underestimated it. I think it looks pretty good. See how the missus likes it. Matches the stock seat perfectly. There's no like, well, there shouldn't be, but you know, sometimes things are a little bit off. The pattern, the color, everything perfect. So there's not really a gap or anything in between, other than any normal gap there was before, minus little bracket, you know. On these, I didn't bother bringing out the spec sheet to see what I torqued them to. I just did a mechanic tight, you know. But hope this video helps.